Well, it's mid-November, and up until now, there hasn't been a lick of snow. Hardly any. But, alas, the white death powder has finally found itself here, and I think it's planning to stay. So aside from forging, doing the occasional forging, looks like we're going to be stuck inside, y'all. But, that ain't going to stop us. In this video, we're going to be taking apart the AC Model B fuel pump. Specifically the one that's on the Oakland. It's slightly different than all the other ones, so stay tuned. Well, howdy there, y'all. Yamasaki here. Welcome back to Yamasaki RC. And as you can see, you are looking at the AC Model B fuel pump. They use these things extensively on a lot of the old world automobiles. They used them on Fords, on Chevys, you name them. They were on the old Ford V8s, and apparently looks like the Oakland company used them as well on their old monoblock V8. This one here is the one that you guys have seen multiple times. It's cracked right here. But in this video, this one is going to become the subject of an autopsy to figure out how this thing works, because I have a spare one and I bought the fuel pump kit for it. And we're going to be rebuilding that one, but I figured this would be a great opportunity to figure out how to take it apart without damaging anything, since this one's already broken. And this one probably could be repaired by a professional, but it's not really worth it since we already have one. I mean, it's just a cool old display piece, if anything else. It's got a couple good parts on it still, probably. But other than that, it'd be considered junk. But today, it's going to be one of our most valuable assets in figuring out this old car still. Because I've learned a lot, but I can probably learn a lot more. And, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get my Oakland manual, too. I'm going to go do that real quick. It's got a whole page dedicated to this fuel pump. And we're going to read about it. I mean, it's got everything's labeled A to B and all that. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's get to work. Alright, so I've grabbed my handy dandy Oakland Pontiac 1930 shop manual. It's got a nice big picture of an AC Model B fuel pump, but it's not our AC Model B fuel pump right here. I'll get to that in a minute. But it says on this page here, it says 1930 Pontiac 6 and Oakland 8 fuel pump. Gasoline is drawn from the tank at the rear of the car and supplied to the carburetor at a steady pressure by passing it through a combined gasoline strainer before going through the pump and to the carburetor. The pump requires no attention or adjustment. It is sealed by the manufacturer. Any tampering with the valve plugs on top of the pump or breaking of the seal other than by an authorized representative of United Motor Service voids the warranty on this unit. Well, shit. I guess my warranty isn't going to be good anymore. I thought it had a lifetime warranty. Well, I guess it has been a lifetime for this car. But here is the AC Model B fuel pump. And you can see fuel goes in here, or fuel comes, where is it? Out. In, right here. Took me a minute because there's no in over here. Goes in here, through the strainer, up through here. Your plunging unit is right here, and it goes out through here, and it's controlled by this little lobe right here on the camshaft, which in turn moves that lever assembly. So we'll go to this next page here, and it gives a better look at this pump. Well, actually, wait a minute. Yes, yes. You see the difference being, ours has a straight shaft, whereas the one on this page has a bent up shaft, which rides on the cam lobe. But on this old Oakland V8, it's actually controlled by a little rod that gets hit by the camshaft lobe, and that's how it moves. See the difference here? This one's curved, ours is straight. So that is a big thing you need to watch out for. But it's a very simple unit, you see? Very simple. Gas comes through here, through your sediment bowl and screen, passes through here. Here's your plunging unit, right here, that big fat disc, and then it comes out through here, and it drives, or it rides on that little shaft right there, and gets pressed up and down via the cam lobe that's riding right here. So it's a very simple, basic unit. We have a couple of screws that we're going to have to take off and a couple of bolts. But we're going to be alright. We're going to figure this out. Now it came to my attention that before we start tearing into this thing, now would be a good time to show you guys where this fuel pump goes on this engine. You see, it's bunched up, buddied up, right up against the distributor right here. This is where your distributor shaft would go, and it would bolt here. And then your AC fuel pump, took me a minute to figure it out, but there's that shaft that goes up and down. There's where your camshaft would be, or your rocker. Yeah, that would be your camshaft. Or would that be your rocker rod shaft? Ooh, I don't know, because there's your crankshaft. Anyway, it's just held on by 2 bolts, and it'll attach right here. I don't think it's going to go down because I think that shaft is rusted and stuck up. But that is where your fuel pump would go, is right in this area, right back directly behind the decking. Just figured I'd show you guys that. Alright, so we're ready to go. I got the right screwdriver. It didn't need a Phillips, I needed a flathead. But we gotta take all 6 of these screws off. These 3 screws down here, and these 2 bolts, one on this side and one on this side. And you see, that's another thing you want to look out for, is on those other Model B fuel pumps, it didn't have this piece right here. It was just a straight up shank shaft instead of going straight down. This housing is specifically for the Oakland, I think. I don't know. Anyway, we're learning. We're learning. Let's go ahead and start taking this thing apart, if I even can. I soaked both of these in Evapo-Rust a good number of hours, so maybe. Oh man. Oh man, she wants to strip. Maybe this is too big. This might be too big of a screwdriver. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna go get a different one. Alright. Let's see if I have a video. Come on, baby. Oh man. These things are still stuck, y'all. This might be a fail. Oh, I got that one. I got that one. Let's inspect this screw here. Well, doesn't look terrible. It's not rusty. Looks more, it's more corroded with that white nasty powder. And that one came loose. So we might have to get a hammer and kind of rattle that one loose. Let's try and get these ones free up here too. Oh crap. Oh, wait. Ooh, she's a stiffy. God damn. Oh, I can see the dust coming out when I'm taking this one off. Oh, man. nastiness. See, I think this is made of die cast. I think this is made of die cast here. This fuel pump. Come on, get out of there. Holy crap, you are a long screw. There we go. Let's inspect that one. Well, that one ain't bad either. Why are they fighting me so much? Ah, see, look at that. Look at that. That's where that screw came from. So I'm going to get some PB Blaster. I'm going to PB Blaster all these. As for this one, right here, I'm going to take a hammer and put the screwdriver in there and see if I can get some vibrations through it, and that'll get it hopefully apart. So stay tuned. This is going to be a struggle bus. God damn. Well, I'll be darned. I was actually able to get that bottom piece off. Like I said, I took the screwdriver and stuck it onto the screw, and I just hit that screwdriver with a good old hammer. This is a Ferrers hammer. Beautiful hammer. Beautiful hammer. But this is what it looks like on the inside. See, there's your plunger shaft, and there's your main shaft right there. And it goes down in there. And it's kind of corroded, kind of rusty in there. I see why it's not moving. It could be worse. I think the evaporust just wasn't able to get in there. Or it did, and if you don't cover your bare metal with oil or paint or whatever, it rusts really damn fast. It's flash rust. But look at this cool shit, y'all. So underneath on that plate that would have gone right there, this plate has two little nubs right here. And those nubs house these springs. And that puts pressure on your shaft there. It's even got these little caps. Man, they remind me so much of valves in an engine. I mean, look at that. And they're just sitting in there. That's why that one screw was so stiff, because there was pressure on this plate, and those screws are the only things holding that plate on there. So, and I went ahead and I put some oil on all these screws. So we're going to wait a little bit, let that oil soak in there, so we can get this top piece off. And the cool thing about this fuel pump too is I've seen variations of this pump where this whole thing is rotated to one side or the other, or angled. So you really have a whole bunch of adjustment options on this thing, which is actually pretty damn cool. I'm telling you what. So stay tuned, y'all. We'll be back at this in no time. Okay, so sometime later, I managed to get all these loose and 3 of these out. These 2 right here were the biggest bitches of the bunch. Holy crap. They were stiff. In the end, it was little Stubby here who saved the day. If you can't get good grip, you need a little Stubby. They are handy little things. Well, it probably would have helped if I'd used some heat and heated this whole thing up like I usually do on things. Which I already did this a long time ago. I heated it up. Oh, we need to get the lock washer off of there. And usually things come apart way easier when you heat them up. Loosens up the metal and expands everything. Gives you a better chance. Probably could replace these screws on the other one. So this is indicating to me that if this one is rough like this, then the other one might fight me too when I'm trying to rebuild it. Although that one is actually free. The whole pump assembly is free. So I might be... Oh man. It just fell apart. Ew. That doesn't look healthy at all. Oh boy. Oh man. Yowzers. That doesn't look too bad. Can probably be cleaned up. See, here's a good part. This is a good piece. If anybody were to need it. So we're almost there. We got these. I keep spilling shit. There we go. All cleaned up now. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go get a wrench. And we'll get these last bolts off. And then we'll have this thing officially torn apart. I just wanted to see how hard it was going to be. And these right here might present a problem on the other one. We're just going to have to find out. Alright, I got me some wrenches. I'm going to assume they're 1/2 inch, which they are. Oh boy, this is going to be the tricky part. Is getting these loose. I think we might have to take this thing to the vise for this job. If I can't get them loose. Might have to do this off camera here. Oh boy. Yep. We're going to the vise. Alright, so I got one loose. Now I'm trying to get this other one loose. It's proving to be very tricky. Oh, nope. Shit. Well, I guess that ends that. We broke her. We broke her. Shoot. Well, I guess that ends that, y'all. We did it. We done it. We got it apart. We didn't get it apart the way we wanted, though. Oh, boy. I hope the other one isn't a problem child as this one. Let's go back to the table. Well, I really should have thought that through better. I guess I completely forgot that it was already cracked on one side. Yep, we got her good. That ends that fuel pump's life right there. It's game over for that thing. But I guess we can take a better look and see. See, there's your lever. See, here's the piece that goes on the engine. And it would go like this if it was sitting on the engine. So there's your lever. It's getting hit by the shaft here. And it goes together like so. And I can't even get the dang thing lined up anymore. So, yep, we broke her, guys. This die cast, it don't fool around. It breaks. It doesn't bend. It cracks. And when it cracks, that's what happens when you start hammering on it. Yep. Well, I guess that goes to show what this fuel pump is made of. This is it. All disassembled. Right here. Aside from your plunger assembly. That one nut. But that is the disassembly of a Model AC fuel pump. Or an AC Model B fuel pump. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, kind of disappointed that it broke on me, but maybe it can be repaired. Probably not going to happen. So yeah, I guess we know how this fuel pump works now, and when the time comes to rebuild that other one, I guess we'll be ready for it. Hopefully. If we break that other one, we don't have a fuel pump for this thing. So I better be extra careful on the other one. But that's why I wanted to do this. In case I ran into shit, I knew ahead of time and can figure out how to deal with it later on. And this is exactly the situation. See, I was able to get... Where did I put that wrench? I got this one loose, I think. No. I got this one loose over here. But this one, when I was hammering it, I just couldn't get it. Oh, man. Nope. Stuck on there tighter than a frog butt in a watermelon seat pipe. Well, guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. I think we accomplished our mission, figuring this thing out. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more content. And Yamasaki out. We'll see y'all later.